Today we're working on this forested area. I got the A-frame built finally. Finally came in and I got that all built. I've got this kind of placed about where I think I want it. This is kind of where this needs to go to clear the train tracks. I had originally thought about putting it straight in the back, and I still might try that. I got to figure out how to get a river through here. So this is option A. We're going to call this option A. And I can get a pretty narrow kind of river through here. I like that it starts back there because the straight will be easy to kind of break up. The curve is going to be a little bit hard to break up to put a bridge under. But it's definitely doable. I just can't have like a high bridge because of the inside corner on the train, the cars and stuff. So I think I'm just going to do a very small kind of bridge over troubled water, lol. So I'm not too concerned about that, but that needs to be kind of wary of that. I'm also assessing the stair situation. I could, in theory, just make these a complete spiral staircase, and I bet it might turn around and end up kind of underneath. Like do a complete kind of like 180. So that's certainly a possibility. So steps don't necessarily need to end there. That's just kind of where they end for right now. And then I also have this little like side build of the A-frame. And I'm not sold on it needing to be here either. It could be, you know, I could take some parts of it, put it back there. I could just take it apart and just use the individual pieces kind of around. But so this is option A. And I do need to figure this out somewhat soon because I need to get this attached. And then I got both light kits for these. And so I need to figure out kind of my path for wires underneath all the plates and stuff before this gets too far. This is already going to be kind of annoying because of the train track. But I just need to get I just need to get this river path figured out so I can get my wiring paths figured out, and then we can go from there. I'm also thinking, I know I originally said I was going to change this over to green tree, but I'm thinking I'm actually going to keep it in the fall colors now, since the A-frame's also kind of fall colors, and that would let me use kind of some of the more unusual colors kind of in this area. I think that would add a nice little contrast to the city. So I think we're going to stay fall. But yeah, let me move the A-frame to kind of its like, we're going to call it option B position. There's really only two options for this, I think. So I'm going to move that now, and then we'll assess that option too. Okay, so this is kind of option B. And this is kind of advantageous because it's going to make this super easy to mills plate. And not that that should be the overriding factor on anything, but it definitely has its perks, you know. And so if you didn't know, the little side build is actually in two separate pieces because it's designed that you can attach to kind of like the sides of the A-frame if you want, or it's kind of like standalone thing. So the last way I had it was kind of a standalone thing. And then, so right now I have this kind of over here. The canoe can obviously be separated and all this other kind of stuff. Like there's a little bit of rock because there's a little, is that an otter? Kind of with it. So obviously that can all be disassembled and kind of reused. But in this situation, the river kind of would come about where the middle of the cars are, kind of come across and kind of go right through here. And so that definitely has some advantages, especially because I do want this to be kind of heavily wooded. And so having these trees kind of spread out a little bit is definitely helpful. Having that creek kind of cut through here like this is definitely helpful as well for a couple reasons. And so this might be the winner, I think. I'm going to just kind of play around with the A-frame just a little bit. But I kind of like the way this looks. I definitely think I'm going to take that apart. That tree just needs to be taller, because right now it's smashing up into the train car right now. It probably needs to be more like this height. This has quite a few more straight pieces at the bottom of it. So that's probably what that needs to happen there. But I like the wood pile kind of right next to it. And, you know, I could put the canoe kind of like over here. This table can go back in here, or it can even come out front here. Oh, sorry. Out front here, kind of in between there, especially if I would circle this all the way around and make it like a spiral staircase. Putting the kind of kitchen table there would be nice too, because maybe this is like their like Airbnb part of their A-frame cabin. I don't know. Do people even do Airbnbs? Anyways. So that's kind of my thought at the moment. I'm going to probably grab some blue plate and kind of lay out the river real quick to kind of take a look, see what that looks like. And then maybe we'll start to rip out some plates and pull up some mill stuff. This also, by the way, makes wiring for lighting super easy because they can just go straight out the back. I don't have to worry about crossing through river areas or anything like that. So that's also kind of advantageous as well. Okay, let me go grab some blue plate and lay some stuff out and see what we think. Okay, so here's kind of what I got. And I'm kind of liking this. Obviously, it won't be so blocky, but I just kind of grabbed whatever blue plate I had. But I kind of like the way that this is kind of working out. This kind of cuts across. This will give me a little bit area to put some foliage and stuff here. Maybe a little like walking bridge kind of here. But I think that'll look pretty good. So yeah, so I'm going to figure out how I'm going to mark this a little bit. And I think I need to figure out how exactly I'm going to mills plate that, because it's across 2 mills plates. And so I need to kind of figure that out, as is that. So that's a little bit of a problem. But let me think through how that's going to go. But I think I like this. I think coming across here will be nice. Maybe it'll be a little bit narrower once it's actually done. You know, I just used wood plates, what was here. I would like it to be maybe about 4 to 6 studs wide at most, kind of through there. I think anything, water is going to be weird. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and chop out some green plates and get that guy situated in there. And then maybe think about doing some lighting. Okay, so several days later, lots of trial and error. And here's what I came up with. I also got all the lights put in. I'm really kind of happy with how this turned out. I ran out of tiles. I'm going to need to order like 10,000 tiles. And that's not even an under exaggeration. But anyways, so obviously there's going to be lots more stuff around here. I kind of left it bare for right now because I'm going to put some more trees and foliage and stuff in here. And I might light some of that. And so I don't want to have to be ripping up detailed foliage stuff to run wires. That just seems silly to me. And I did that with the botanical gardens, and I don't want to do that again. Yeah, we got all the lights in the cabins. I did not put any people in any of this because I figured they would be outside type things and just leaving the lights on and making their dads angry. Yeah, so I reworked this a little bit to make clearance for the train. So this used to be back there. This used to be over there, and they were shorter. And I've actually made all 3 of these trees taller because they were all just Technic type stuff. And so I had plenty of those. So I just made them taller because this whole thing was kind of separate and off to the side. If you did put this up against the house, it was supposed to be split so that like it was like this corner piece and then this little piece, and this piece was supposed to go on this side, which would put the tree away from the house. So I needed to get the tree a little bit higher to get the branches to fit across the A-frame. And then these needed to be higher to make sure the train passed. So the train does, in fact, it's really close, by the way, y'all, back there. It's really close, but it does in fact pass. and it's all good. So I did not. So let's talk about the creek bed a little bit. So obviously this is the regular blue. This is, I think, medium blue. This is not. It looks a little bit of like sand blue on the video, but it's actually medium blue. And then, gosh, I forget what this color is. I'm totally drawing a blank. Medium aqua, maybe. I think maybe medium aqua. But anyways, and then just light blue tiles over it. I'm trying to do a bit of a herringbone type pattern. But mostly just trying to keep them going with the flow of the river. So like it starts out here going straight this way with the river, and then we'll work its way in. I'm going to definitely add some more rocks, some more foliage. And I'll add some more. There's a couple studs in here. I'll definitely add some more studs. I think I'm gonna like maybe lay a tree over and maybe do a little bridge here to get across it. But yeah, so kind of what the plan is for this area going forward is I want to get some trees back here, maybe one or two. I can't go too crazy because again, I gotta leave room for the train to get around, and being up against the wall kind of limits some of my possibilities. I want to get a little bit of trees and foliage up here. Mostly foliage, maybe another tree or two in here. I don't want to get too crazy with trees here because I don't want to block too much of this, but I do want to give the impression of it being forested. So we'll definitely do a couple more trees there, and probably one more kind of back there, just to kind of finish that out. And yeah, it's going to be definitely couple different types of trees, and I'm going to get a little bit more colors in here. I'm definitely going to lean more on the dark red and the sand green colors. I think I'm going to do another one of the pine trees, like what's in the botanical gardens. Maybe that will be some of these kind of fronts because they don't take up quite as much room. And I don't think we'll look bad with a pretty bare trunk at the bottom to get up above the cabins, or up above the cars. And I think I want to try doing a couple of the trees like are with Rivendell, using the 2x2 plate with the little round part on it. Here, I'll show you. Excuse the mess. What's up, bud? This type of tree, I'm thinking about doing maybe a couple of these because again, I can make the trunk kind of tall and slim. And so maybe a couple of those in the back. Yeah, so I'm really liking the way this is turning out. I think this is going to be a really fun part of the city and really kind of adds some nice contrast to all of this. And so, yeah, so this is where I'm going to stop for today. But definitely lots more work to get done over here. I'm definitely have to acquire more pieces because I don't think I have many of those colors. I have mostly greens because that's usually what my foliage work has been in, because I haven't done a fall area yet. So I'm kind of excited about that too. I might expand this little pumpkin patch to kind of, oops, sorry, you can't see. This little pumpkin patch to maybe go around here underneath a little bit. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with this. That's where I'm going to stop for today. Make sure you like and subscribe to stay tuned for some more. Updates are going to be coming a little bit slower because I'm back to school, and so I don't have all day to work on projects, and there's quite a few big projects to be working on right now. Like this was a big project. And so updates will be coming a little bit slower now, but definitely try to keep you updated as possible. So thanks, y'all.